My name is Gregory Eberhardt, and I'm going to introduce to you this evening some fashions that have been designed and made by myself. And we're going to feature some of the Supreme Elegance models this evening, and we're going to begin with George Eberhardt. George is wearing a gray, loosely fitted, unconstructed jacket. Notice the line of the jacket. Notice the tapered waistline of the jacket. Also, he chose to wear a matching gray slack as well as a matching gray shirt with the rhinestone collar at the neck. His epaulets on the sleeves and the shoulders also match with the black buttons for a double-breasted statement as well. This outfit is very casual, yet very stylish at the same time. And all he needed was a pair of black shoes. Thank you very much. Next we have Hannah. And Hannah is wearing a combination of cotton and leather. I chose to put her in the black, bold, and yellow print jacket or check jacket because she wears it very well. The line of the jacket is long, with the black matching rhinestone buttons down the front. Also, underneath the jacket, she's wearing a black silk blouse, tie at the waist. Thank you, Hannah. Next, we have Kim. And Kim is wearing red, a combination of linen and silk. The blouse is a silk tone-on-tone red with the matching red linen slack. To give it a tuxedo effect, I chose to put the red ribbon down the side of the leg. The slacks are very full and pleated completely around the waist. The bolder the jewelry, the better. And she chose to go with gold. Thank you, Kim. Next we have Gina. Gina is wearing the exact same fabric of Kim's blouse, which again is the red tone-on-tone silk print. This is a very long-waisted, drop-waist dress. The hemline is T-length or ankle length. She's wearing the black shoes, the bold jewelry again. Notice the button-down front of the dress, the long sleeves for a dressier effect, and also notice the back of the dress, which has a made-in yoke. Thank you very much, Gina. Very nice. Next, we have Michelle. And Michelle is in what I call a strapless basic evening dress. This is fabric of black and gold metallic. The bottom of the dress is a black metallic semi-lace, very loose-fitting and very soft, and the top of the garment is a metallic gold, a tapestry-type fabric. This material blends in with the skin tone of Michelle. Notice her earrings and also the black necklace, which picks up the gold and the black of the dress. Thank you very much, Michelle. Next we have Samia, better known as Mimi. And Mimi is wearing a very elegant two-piece evening dress. And what stands out about this dress is the peplum waistline. And instead of using one peplum, I decided to use two for added dressy effect. The colors are black and rust. And notice the sleeve, left sleeve of the dress for the rhinestones. She chose to wear the rhinestone earrings, which picks up and enhances the rhinestones of the dress. The waist is very fitted. The skirt is also very fitted. Thank you very much, Samia. Next, we have Leslie. And Leslie is wearing pure silk. This is a check, houndstooth check, a larger check. And notice the shawl collar made of satin, and also the trim on the sleeve of the dress, which is also satin. The dress also has the rhinestone buttons on the sleeves and at the end of the collar. To dress the dress up, she chose to wear black patent leather shoes, and also crystal earrings. Very elegant. Thank you, Leslie. Next we have Fedora. Fedora's a very tall model, and she's wearing what I call the two-tone or contrasting pantsuit. The jacket is very long, the pants are very full in the thigh area and taper as they get to the end of the slack. She chose to wear a white, off-white shoe, gold jewelry, also the pearls to give it a dressier effect, and a soft off-white silk blouse. Notice the contrast of the two colors. Thank you, Teddy. Again, we have Hannah. And Hannah is in a pink, rosy-colored floral print peplum blouse and leather. She's wearing this peplum-fitted waist blouse very well. I chose to, again, use the black rhinestone buttons for dressy appeal. Also notice her shoes. Her shoes are rose. The leather skirt is pink for a very elegant outfit. And she chose to go with the lighter hose as well. Thank you, Hannah. Next we have Kim. Kim, again, is wearing what you really call 100% metallic. And this is gold as well as black. And the jacket is short, bolero type jacket, and it has a strapless blouse underneath on top of a black silk skirt. Notice the hemline of the skirt with the full flounce, and the fabric is silk for the skirt that it might flow very easy. And again, Kim chose to use the gold jewelry to pick up the gold print in the top and the jacket. Very stunning, Kim. Thank you. Next we have George. George is in peach. And the thing about this is that a lot of men don't wear colors very well. He wears colors basically of any color very well. This is a peach linen jacket with the shawl collar again. He chose a lighter slack this time and a lighter shoe. And underneath the peach jacket, there is a silk lighter color peach t-shirt, which is also made and designed by myself. Thank you very much, George. Next, we have Michelle again. And Michelle is wearing black organza on top of satin. And the beading is done by hand, tightly fitted waist, with a longer peplum blouse, very dressy dress. The dress underneath the top is strapless. You can go with jewelry, but it should be kept to a minimum because it's really not needed because of the high collar. Very elegant indeed. Thank you, Michelle. Next we have Samia. And Samia is in peach silk and peach lace. And this is a very dressy dress because of the line of the skirt and also the line of the jacket. They basically both scallop. And the jacket has a semi-peplum with the rhinestone buttons in the back, the lace shoulders, the lace sleeves, also rhinestone buttons down the front of the blouse. For added appeal, she has the rhinestone earrings again as well. Very stylish. Thank you, Mimi. Next we have Kim again. This is a loosely unconstructed, loose-fitting pantsuit, and this is of 100% silk as well. This can be worn with a belt or without a belt. Very dressy. The fabric is white, and it is a tone-on-tone silk print. Notice the rhinestone at the top of the shoulder, and also notice the length and the cut of the top. The pants, again, are very full and very elegant as well. Thank you, Kim. Next, we have Hannah. Hannah is in a multicolored silk printed floral dress. The top of the dress is basically a little bit over-constructed, and the waist of the dress is much more tapered and fitted. A regular hemline, very beautiful colors of blues and purples. Notice the pleats in the back of the dress. The padded shoulders, the long sleeves, very elegant for evening wear, and jewelry can be kept at a minimum. Thank you, Hannah. And Teddy is in a raw silk suit, long jacket, the shawl collar, and it's a very practical suit because of the colors. The colors are basically earth tone, your browns, your tans, and a small amount of rust. Her shoes are a perfect match for this ensemble. She's wearing very beautiful jewelry around her neck and also earrings, and a lighter colored silk blouse. The blouse is sleeveless, ties at the hip line for added appeal of the blouse. Thank you, Teddy. Next we have June. June's wearing a multicolored printed two-piece ensemble, and the tapestry of this fabric is hand-painted. There are lots of blacks, lots of blues, some yellows, and the skirt is very long, the top is very long, jewelry can be kept at a minimum, and she chose to wrap it with a ruffled sash around the hip line. She has a shoe that picks up the colors of each color represented in the dress. Thank you very much, June. Next we have Leslie, and Leslie is wearing the ultimate in an evening dress. This is 100% silk. Full line, long line, flare at the bottom of the dress. The sleeves and top of the dress, or bodice I should say, is of a paisley print. Also with matching bugle beads at the shoulders, as well as on the bow of the dress, and also enhancing the outfit is the bugle beads on her shoes. For an added enhancement on this garment, she has also had her nails done in what's called the wedding pattern, which is done through the courtesy of Mary Eberhardt. Thank you, Leslie. Next we have Gina again in a black, silver, and black print lace. This can be known as a metallic, it can be called a metallic lace over a black rayon. Very simple but yet very elegant because of the fabric. Again, your jewelry can be kept at a minimum. You don't have to overdo it with this dress simply because it speaks for itself. She chose rhinestone necklace, simple, also earrings, and in the shoe as well. Thank you very much, Gina. We have Michelle again. And Michelle is wearing cotton and crystals. Very full-line pantsuit, and it's open front, scalloped at the front, and rounded off at the back. Full slacks, a metallic printed polka-dotted blouse, and for added appeal, the crystals at the padded shoulders of the coat. Very dressy. Notice her earrings as well, which picks up the crystal print on the jacket. Thank you, Michelle. Very nice. Next we have Kim again, and Kim is in black silk taffeta. A simple, basic black dress with a rhinestone bow, and what makes the statement about the dress is simply the wrap and the rhinestones on the bow. I chose to put 2 tiers of ruffles at the bottom. Again, she can still go with the gold jewelry, and this is a very elegant evening dress. Thank you, Ken. Next, we have Hannah. And Hannah is wearing an extremely classy two-piece suit. Again, this is the peplum waisted jacket, the black and the electric blue ensemble. The bottom of the skirt line, notice the semi-pleats in the back of the flounce of the skirt, trimmed in black. Also notice the jacket, which is black and blue. Notice the peplum waist again, which is accenting her waistline very well, picked up by the rhinestone buttons as well. Very, very nice. Thank you, Hannah. Next we have Samia again in an elegant, rich brown duster coat type pantsuit. It has a full kick pleat in the back of the jacket. Also the full slack again as well. And to enhance the brown colors in the brown coat, I chose to put a leopard blouse and also sash to pick up the browns in the coat. Quite elegant. And she's wearing this very well. Thank you, Samir. Next we have George in evening wear. And this is a rich navy blue tuxedo. And it is of a silk content with a white shirt, white tie, and the tie is of silk with the matching boutonniere as well. Notice the fit of the slacks and the tuxedo stripe along the side of the slack as well. The jacket is very tailored, very fitting, and extremely dressy. All you would need with this ensemble would simply be the black shoes. Thank you, George. Again, we have Leslie coming in 100% cotton. And again, this is another duster coat suit. Very dressy as well. She has chosen to use the snakeskin shoes, which has the lighter beiges and the darker color tones as well. The top underneath the coat is loose fitting, very simple. Also a straight leg slack, which tapers as it gets to the end of the ankle. Padded shoulders, a very lightweight cotton gabardine, that's basically what it is, so that the fabric will flow as she moves. Also, she chose to enhance the outfit with the gold earrings and a gold necklace. Very stylish. Thank you. And for our last couple this evening, we're going to go formal all the way. And you can't do it with anything less than beads and satin. Teddy's wearing a dress that I designed in satin and also sequins, black. Black doesn't need anything said about it because it is very elegant alone. Notice her sash. Her sash is of a satin and a chiffon combination. And also on the shoes that she's wearing, she has a rhinestone strip for added appeal to make the outfit even dressier. And a final statement about her ensemble is her earrings, and they are simply beautiful. Thank you, Teddy. And this is going to conclude basically some of the fashions that I've offered you. I hope that you've enjoyed what you've seen, and feel free to give me a call. Thank you very much. For a finale, I'm going to have the Supreme Elegance models come out one last time so you can get one final look. And if I say so myself, they do look very good. Again, thank you very much.
We're hearing Greg's work area where he designed and made most of his fashions that you just saw. Gregory, making clothes, designing clothes, how did you get into it? Was this something that you started at an early age?
No, it wasn't at an early age. Basically later, after early 20s or later. And what I did was I had a problem always buying clothes because of my long arms and long legs. Okay, so every time I went to buy something, I had to pay an arm and a leg for the for the garment. So I decided that I would actually try to sew. Try to learn how to sew because I have people that in my family that do so. So I figured I would give it a try.
So was it something that you really enjoyed?
No. In the beginning, no. No. There is a guy, and I should tell you who he is, Roy Williams.
Okay.
And this goes back a few years. He came to one of our rehearsals one day, and he had on a suit that he made, real nice white suit. And I asked him where he got it from, and he said he made it. Okay. So if you know Roy Williams, you know that was almost impossible. So I said to myself, I told him, I said, well, Roy, if you can do it, I know I can. So he's basically the person that got me started in this, and he has no idea.
How do you see your designs? Do you mix patterns, or do you know what you want to make and make it from there?
I have the ability to be able to mix a pattern, mix them several, okay? The bottoms, the tops, the sleeves, the collars, a flare skirt, a tight-fitting skirt, a loose waist, an accented waist, the whole shop. And I can put them together from any type pattern, or I can either go to a store and see something that appeals to me, remember it, come home and cut a pattern to that effect, and then actually create, the piece, or either visualize it and do the same thing.
So someone could come to you and say, if they can describe what they want, you can make it.
If they can do it, if they know what they want and they can describe it to me accurately, then usually there's not a problem.
Okay, so how long have you been doing this, and what kind of schooling and background do you have?
I've been doing this about a minimum of 12 years. And as far as schooling background goes, I just graduated from the Art Institute of Atlanta for fashion merchandising and marketing in '88. And what that school entailed was actual marketing skills and promotional skills on your product or whatever. And it involved studying everything from business law to art history to merchandising math, the whole shop, the business end of fashion, as well as the physical end designing in the whole shop.
So how long is this school?
This one was 2 years. This one was 2 years, and I got the degree in merchandising.
Yeah. Great. How about let's get back to the clothes. How about mixing colors and fabrics? Is there some basic rule that you follow, or do you just go from feel in that area too?
Basically from feel. For me, there's some designers that may disagree with me, but basically if I like it together, I put it together, color-wise. Obviously, there are some things that you cannot mix, For an example, nobody would mix a burlap and a silk, together, to me, But for the most part, if I like the two combinations together and it's workable and practical at the same time, I'll use it.
I notice nowadays that the colors and the designs are getting real bold. Do you think they'll get bold enough that we'll ever see polka dots and stripes again?
We're already at that point. We are. We're already at that point.
So is that a rule that's been broken, or was that ever a rule?
No, that's why I say no. To me, it never was. Because the stripes and the polka dots and even checks or whatever are together now. But the thing is, the key is the color coordination is there. So someone may have on a navy blue and white outfit, but it may be striped polka dots and or checks.
So color blend, do the work.
So the color combinations have blend and bring everything together.
Yeah, learn. What about sizes? Your models cover a large range of shapes and sizes. Do you sew for the individual during your fashion shows, or do you just let the sizes fit the model?
Never let the sizes fit the model. I don't. I usually sew for the individual because I know who I want, in the show. So basically what I do is I approach them, I pick them first, and then from that point of picking them, then I think what will look good on them, and then I go from there, And then once the clothes are made, they are actually fitted for those models.
Yeah, okay.
They're actually fitted for those models, regardless of size.
Okay. So now the big question that a lot of men and women want to know is, where did you get those attractive models?
They're going to get the big head. They are very good, close dear friends of mine, and they range from cities from Ann Arbor, Romulus, and Inkster, and three of them that were not seen on this particular segment, but there are three models that I use that are my sisters.
Okay.
And then one of the male models is my brother. And then, like I said, the rest of them are just dear friends.
That's great.
Very close friends.
Keeping it in the family, too.
Mm-hmm.
If someone is watching this show and would like to get into this field, what kind of recommendation would you give to that person on how and where to start?
That's a very serious question because they, first of all, should be able to sew. Okay, and they should be able to sew at least to themselves good enough to try to get into it, designing and having other people wear what you make, because that's your name being thrown around out there. So they have to have the natural ability to sew, the talent, and then they have to have the patience, and they have to have the desire to go on and further the education as far as sewing and designing and pattern making and the whole shop. And then again, the merchandising and the marketing of their product.
Mm-hmm. So they got a lot to learn.
They have a lot to learn. Yeah, they have a lot to learn, and they should, like I say, be very prepared to be patient in doing it. Have a lot of patience in doing it, which most people would say that I don't have it. They have to be patient.
Well, it's the kind of job too there where I guess you spend a lot of time alone.
Yeah. In my case, yes. Because I don't like to take the time to stop and show someone what to do, on a particular garment. I'd rather just go on and do it myself. It's faster for me to do it that way than trying to instruct someone, no, do it this way, So I'd rather just go on and do it myself.
Okay. Again, ladies and gentlemen, we've been talking with Gregory Eberhardt, fashion designer and clothes maker from our own fair state of Inkster. Gregory, thanks very much.
You're very welcome.
Well, I hope you've enjoyed watching this program, highlighting our very own citizens of Inkster. My name is Johnny Jordan, and have a good day.